No.
Okay, so the choke, if you push this button down, and you have this button and the trigger and the choke down, it holds it in choke, and then as you start it, I think it'll pop back up. Don't quote me on that. But I think there's a way to make it stay. It's staying right now because this button is in, so I think it's on choke right now. But don't quote me on that. And typically, you'll want to prime it. Also, I think it's already. Have you guys you run this already?
I primed it.
You primed it already?
Yes,
have you started it yet?
No, sir.
Okay. Did we check to see if it had gas in it?
Yes, sir.
Does it have gas in it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is super dangerous. The purpose of this orange thing is to keep the blades off your thigh. You don't ever want to take this off. A lot of guys will take it off. Don't take it off. There's also a head spinner spray to lube it up. On the other truck, I'll get some of this stuff and then you can spray them so they're good to go. So I'll do this half and let you do that half. the difference between this guy and this guy. Now these aren't beautiful, and I probably haven't trimmed a hedge in 2 years, right? So this has been a long time. But you can see that this one only has mostly dark green, and this one has kind of all the light green still on it. That's all you're trying to take off, and you're just trying to keep that shape. And you can see that really the only difference between these and these is just that I brought the height down a little bit, and I kind of backed it off of them just a hair. But you can tell that none of this is very aggressive. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
You want to give it a shot?
Yeah.
Just kind of touch up the face a little bit, and the back a little bit. You kind of do the face a little bit, and then come back and clean it up so it doesn't look like that was good. It's great for separation. How are you? So first of all, excellent. Second of all, when you're finishing this thing up, you just want to kind of take it and real lightly touch the edge of the shrub so that it doesn't look like it's a box necessarily, unless the intention is for it to be a box, which occasionally it is, but most of the time it's not because it looks unnatural. But anytime anything is up against something, so like because it's growing over this deck, you're not going to get a lot of separation because this hasn't been managed properly over time, because he doesn't give us, we don't come here as often as we could or should, but you just want to cut a little bit off this deck so it's not touching the deck, and then also down the backside, give it like an inch or two off of the porch. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think